Hey, everybody. Fascinating discussion today with Ericsson at the leading edge of AI and automation. Ibrahim, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, Ivan?
I'm doing well. Great to see you again on the heels of Mobile World Congress. So much going on. Before that, perhaps introduce yourself and your team and the mission within Ericsson.
Thank you very much, Ivan, for having this opportunity again. So my name is Ibrahim Eldeftar. I'm heading the Telco AI product management in Ericsson. So myself and my team, we are responsible for creating very interesting type of applications for mobile network automation that we call them rApps. Basically, they stand for radio apps. We can talk a little bit later why we call them that. So we are the team who is responsible for the strategic product management, putting the strategy, go-to-market, and also working closely with our customers on converting their vision for network automation into software products that they can use and they can deploy at scale.
Super exciting. And you're helping so many operators around the world make incredible progress. And yet, from Ericsson's perspective, what are some of the biggest technical and organizational hurdles, challenges still holding CSPs back from moving beyond where we are today with partial autonomy to a true level 4, let's say, autonomous network?
Well, I mean, I would say the challenges they belong to two different families. One of them is related to the technology, and the other family is actually related to embracing change and the readiness from an organization perspective to do that transformation, required transformation that the technology brings. So the first part when it comes to the technology challenge is that having the right answer from a technological perspective. So do we have a multi-vendor capability that CSPs can use at scale for different vendors? Do we have platforms that can support AI scaling and can actually provide such kind of capability for data management as well as for ease of deployment and development of different applications? So these are the technological questions that we work with our customers to resolve and basically put them on the right track when it comes to the technology. But you know what, Ivan, the interesting part about it is that based on our own surveys and experience, and the same thing also we heard from third-party like assessors, is the technology requirement for transformation accounts for something between 30 to 40% of the journey, of the transformation journey itself. The rest is about change management and organizational readiness. And this organizational readiness is materialized in basically understanding that introducing AI and introducing automation will call for change in ways of working. There will be a requirement for competence upskilling and reskilling of the workforce for a new future of network autonomy, as well as breaking the silos of fragmented automation systems and fragmented organizational responsibility into coherent ways of working across the organization. So these are like some of the challenges that we work very closely with our customers trying to address that so they can move to network autonomy quite fast.
Incredible. So given the many rApps applications being deployed together with the service management and orchestration platform, how can they actually improve the speed or practicality of reaching this advanced level of automation more compared to more traditional or siloed automation approaches?
In the siloed automation approach, you have different challenges. Some of the challenges will come to how you manage such kind of fragmented landscape when it comes to security, when it comes to enhanced ways of deploying the software, doing the lifecycle management of the software, and also the readiness of the people that they can develop applications and scale them on a network-wide scenario. So the service management and orchestration answers this need at a very right time for the industry transformation. So with the service management and orchestration platform, we defragment this landscape of automation tools. We bring a common user interaction to how to develop applications, what we call the software development kit, the SDK. So in order to develop different use cases in different parts of the network, you just use the same platform, you use the same SDK in order to do that. So this is unprecedented in the industry. And not only that, you have the opportunity to build it yourself, you will be able to procure it from very large number of CSPs and very large number of ISVs as well as CSPs who are creating the rApps themselves as well. So the true openness in the interfaces, the capability to build rApps, and also either by the CSP themselves or by any other players in the industry. Ericsson, of course, is one of them. Is unprecedented at this kind of scale at this time in our industry.
Fantastic. And add some commentary on which rApps-driven use cases are having the biggest impact for CSPs today, aiming to reach this higher level of autonomy. Maybe you could share a few real examples or anecdotes of the value they're delivering today.
Well, the rApps, maybe one thing, Ivan, when we talk about the design of the rApps, I mean, rApps are actually built for a purpose, is to create value for CSPs. And the value could be materialized on different fronts. Could be for optimizing efficiency and optimizing OpEx that the customers are spending for network operation. It could be also for optimizing their assets, what they have invested in spectrum. It is also to improve network performance and user experience. So users who are basically today, mostly humans, I would put it, who are enjoying networks, they actually find it fulfilling to their needs. And the need as well, like when it comes to the value for running greener. So having a sustainable operation. So these are different value pillars that we think about. We have it in mind when we design rApps. So when we have this kind of design mindset, we aim to introduce the AI technology and the rApps that can fulfill those. Maybe at the same time, you can hit it with the same rApp or different rApps doing different things. So give you an example. Some of our rApps address a very old problem in network optimization that, you know what, Ivan, has not actually changed since the times of 2G introduction, is how you address cells that are performing badly in the network. So, and the process that we typically refer to in the industry as war cell hunting. We created rApps that revamp this whole process. So rather than looking at limited number of sites, which are basically guided by the human capacity, we can take full network, 100%, analyze it, and identify the issues. Not only that, we will be able to do root cause analysis for the issues that we detect. But not only that, Ivan, we actually have the machine recommending what kind of actions that need to be done in order to improve the network performance. So these apps, for example, the first one that I talked about, we call it the cell anomaly detector. The second is anomaly root cause explainer. The third is anomaly general optimizer, are all AI-powered rApps that actually have proven in the field that they are able to improve network efficiency by more than 50%. So basically, you spend less time analyzing and less time coming to action in the network to improve network performance. They have reduced the number of cells with issues by more than 60%. Doing that, we have seen that the customers who deployed those were able to get better spectral efficiency in case of congestion. Sometimes it goes to between 6 to 9%. We have seen improvement in user throughput in the uplink and downlink. So these are like examples of what you do for a very old traditional problem that we try to resolve a little bit differently now. But think also about one of the new challenges that we have for massive MIMO networks. Ivan, you probably know that in order to manage a 5G advanced network with massive MIMO coverage, you will have different options of how you tune the cell shapes, what we call them the cell shapes. In Ericsson, today, for each cell, we have actually, in the most recent that we have 13 cell shapes. So imagine, Ivan, that you would like to optimize a big city, and this city has hundreds of thousands of cells, hundreds of thousands of radios. You take this, multiply it by the number of frequency carriers, multiply it by the number of cell shapes, and you end up with astronomically large number of probabilities that humans can solve. This is a new process. This is a new challenge that was not actually before in the older generations. But we were able to use it with our own rApps, with AI algorithms that can actually pick and choose for each and every cell, tailor the coverage footprint for it. We have put this in live networks. We have seen improvement in spectral efficiency by up to 4%. We have seen improvement in downlink and uplink throughput. We have seen improvement in voice network quality as well, all with different variants of, I would say, digits, because the networks are different. But the consistent result is there is an improvement in OpEx efficiency. There is improvement. Some of the networks actually reached out even 75%. I was personally impressed. Yeah, I mean, because that's a significant improvement compared to before. And this is a real number that it's an interesting thing that I can bring to you. In our own estimation, we said that, you know what, it's going to save between maybe like 70%, the maximum. But when we put it with the customer came back to us and validated, and he said, you know what, guys, it saved actually 75%. So that's something that, that is real, that we have heard from our customers and we listen to them. So again, there are different field proven proof points that we have brought with this AI technology that we bring for network automation, and either that it is a new process, is a new challenge that comes with the new G, be it 5G today or maybe 6G tomorrow, or a very old process that started with the times of GSM. We started to have a mindset change with CSPs on how to approach that and how we solve it using artificial intelligence in radio applications or rApps.
Incredible. Wow, such a huge opportunity. Of course, the whole industry is excited about agentic AI. How does Ericsson view the role of rApps combined with agentic and intent-based AI in really reshaping operational decision makers making as CSPs move to this level 4 autonomy you're describing?
Well, so what I described right now is not powered by agentic AI. So we thought that because agentic AI is such a powerful technology, how can we bring the best of what we in Ericsson has perfected over the past decade when it comes to AI, domain expertise, and software engineering? We bring this to the public cloud. When we bring this to the public cloud, we unlock new capabilities from a technological perspective. So with public cloud, our partner that we have chosen for this journey is Amazon Web Services and AWS. We bring the best of the two worlds together. So we bring Ericsson domain expertise in mobile networks, scalability with number of CSPs, as well as our own knowledge and capability in and understanding networks, together with elasticity, speed, and AI stack from AWS. Doing that, we do a level shift of network autonomy, if I put it this way. So the value, the proof points that I mentioned, they actually become elevated more with capabilities of GenAI. So rather than working with these apps and consuming the typical, charts and GUIs, you can actually talk to the network. We actually call it talk to the network. Is that in the natural language, you say like, okay, what are the most pressing issues in the network today? Or how could I improve, this coverage area because there is a stadium, a stadium event, maybe a concert, maybe even a match, a sports match in this area. How can, I improve that? You can communicate, talk to the network in a different way. That is a different interaction between humans and machines. That's what we bring with public cloud capabilities. But it's not only that, because we leverage the agentic AI stack that AWS makes available as different services for us in order to coordinate the different rApps. So now, Ivan, think about the world when we have not just 4 or 5 rApps that we have designed already to be coordinated, but we are having, 40 different rApps, not only 4. And this is the future where we are moving. we sit down with CSPs and they tell us, I'm expecting that I will have 50 rApps within 3 years. So how would you manage and coordinate that? Autonomy needs to be coordinated. Autonomy needs to be harmonized. And this is what agentic capabilities bring on top. And this is what we have actually brought, when we met Ivan, at MWC, we were just doing the launch of that. And it created tremendous interest from our customers because we showed them a world where you bring coordinated autonomy on top of public cloud. So you leverage the best of the two worlds, the Ericsson telco expertise together with the public cloud capabilities. So you unlock new possibilities and you have a faster transformation to L4 for autonomous networks.
Amazing to see the capabilities from public cloud providers going beyond basic compute and helping you scale globally. What a great opportunity for carriers worldwide. And speaking of that, Ericsson recently introduced rApps as a service. What are some of the key benefits CSPs could be looking at from this offering? How do you describe it?
The CSPs will be able to consume the network automation in a different way compared to traditional deployments. So this consumption will be first made available elastically on demand. So you would like to use an rApp, you would like to have a use case that I would like to deploy it maybe for a small part of the network, or I would like to deploy it at a smaller scale. So can I do that? Yes, you can. So this kind of capability of elasticity where you can scale up and scale down is something that CSPs see the benefit of it being on public cloud. Another thing that CSPs also will be able to leverage is the ability for them to consume that on the marketplace. So a single price object that includes software, like services on public cloud, services, professional services needed to operate that, where Ericsson is actually taking care of the full operation of the rApp. So for them, it's a single price on the marketplace where you actually pay for a trusted outcome rather than just consuming a software. So these are the capabilities these are the values that they can actually get out of this new offering. A new GTM, new types of technologies that we explained with agentic AI and Gen AI, as well as the elasticity on public cloud.
Wow, what a blockbuster. And indeed, the latest analysis Mason report points to SaaS as being the dominant delivery model for rApps. Do you see that influencing how CSPs adopt new capabilities in general on their journey towards autonomous networking?
Well, I mean, the analysis, the research that Analysis Mason recently published actually shows us very interesting pattern of development of how CSPs consume software. Closer to 3/4 of them say, we would like to consume it as software as a service. So that's a very interesting insight because it confirms that the preferred mode of operation for the future for network autonomy will be based on outcome that we promise to our customers. The outcome that they can see in the network is not just the technological capabilities, the bells and whistles of AI. That's absolutely important to make sure that you are deploying and using the latest and greatest in technology, but they are very, very much focused on outcome. And this is what we see on the movement towards SaaS. More and more in this happening in the telco. We brought this in Ericsson a little bit earlier with what we call Ericsson in demand, which is making core network available as a service. Now we are also making automation available as a service. So more and more towards this movement where you get the best of the two worlds again together, the telco world of standardization and scale with the public cloud world of elasticity, speed, and AI capabilities.
Incredible. Well, such an exciting time to be leading the industry charge here. Congratulations on all the success. Onwards and upwards.
Thank you very much, Ivan. Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks, everyone, for listening, watching, and sharing. And until next time, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.